Hello everyone, welcome to Green Side Up. This is Jane. Today we're going to talk about Sansevieria and families. And you're probably wondering what in the world. And I'm going to start with a story. When I was a little girl, probably about 7, so standing yay high, I went to visit my grandma's house, and I remember standing in her living room and looking over, and there was a plant that stood just as tall as I was. Now, it was many, many years later when I figured out that was a Sansevieria, because some of them can get very tall as a 7-year-old. And families, how does that have to do with it? Well, when I'm talking to customers here, I talk about plant families. So just as you have a family and you maybe have cousins, brothers and sisters, whatever, not everybody in your family looks the same. There's the tall ones and the short ones and the, well, wide ones and the little skinny ones, and then there's always that one oddball in the family. That's kind of what it is with plants. Now, I know that plants have more than just families. There's all these botanical names, and I'm not going to go into any of those botanical names. We're just going to think about families. Today, the family we're talking about is Sansevieria. And I am surrounded by different Sansevieria. And so I'm going to give you just a couple little things about them that is the same for all of them because they're in the same family. And then we'll look at some of their differences. Sansevieria are known as a succulent. A succulent is a plant that does not require a whole lot of water. So right behind me here is a cactus. Now, all cactus are succulents, but not all succulents are cactus. Sansevieria is a succulent. Succulents prefer drier soil. So if you bought a Sansevieria, you would not be watering it every day. For instance, putting it on your kitchen counter right next to the sink probably would not be a good place because you'd be tending to water it too often. My Sansevieria at home, I can usually go maybe a couple weeks or more between waterings. When I do water it, I water it sparingly, but I still give it more than just a couple drops. The other thing with Sansevierias is they are very prolific. So if you get one little Sansevieria in a pot, it's very likely that within a very short time, a few months, you'll have several Sansevieria in that same pot. They are very prolific. Another thing about Sansevieria is that they can handle low light conditions. So for instance, say that you have maybe a bathroom or a room that doesn't get a whole lot of light, a Sansevieria could grow in those low light conditions. An interesting fact, the darker the leaf on a Sansevieria, the less light it needs. However, whether you have a dark leaf one or a lighter leafed one, they still can handle the conditions that are in your home. A fun fact about Sansevieria is they flower, like this plant behind me. Now, I didn't know that. I had never seen a Sansevieria flower until just recently. I found out that they flower when they are stressed or when they are root bound. So if you want flowers on your Sansevieria, don't repot it every 6 months. You have to let it get very crowded, and who knows what might happen. Now, remember I told you at the beginning of this video that when I was a little girl, I was looking at this Sansevieria that was as tall as I am. Not all of them get tall and thin. There are some like this that are going to stay, well, quite a bit shorter. At the end of this video, we're going to go through and just going to talk a little bit about the shapes. This is considered a bird's nest shape. This is considered a cylindrical shape. The third shape is the thin and upright. And at the end of this video, we're going to go through and just talk about a few of the names of each one. Cylindrical ones are Lancia, starfish, African spears. See how it's different. Bird's nest, we have moonshine, honey, night owl. Ready? Thin and upright, this is Laurentii. This one is Sayuri. This one is Jaboa. I hope that this has been helpful for you. When you get together with your family, you can think about plant families or just concentrate on your own. This is Jane with Green Side Up, wishing you a very good day.